Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Away Days episode 110 in the house. And I called it. Philip Billing, the man. Let's just go straight to the point.
No, you did. You said he was. You said this was going to happen.
Yeah,
as soon as he
some
signed,
bullshit game. He'd come off the bench and then he didn't win it, but the way they celebrated it.
I wouldn't say bullshit game. It was pretty high stakes this game.
It was a high stakes.
It wasn't like it was fucking
game.
Monza or it was
probably the game of the season. We'll get straight into it. In what was, it could be the title decider.
Yeah.
Both teams have a little tough run next 3 or 4 games, then very easy runs. So it's quite interesting how that's all going to work out. But Napoli coming into it probably wanted the 3 points. Inter probably happy to take the point. They do take the 1-1 draw. In the end, like 2 fantastic goals. Obviously, the Inter goal is ridiculous. I think quite time where we had DeMarco top of our list, 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah, we needed that. The Teo noise needed to be silenced.
Very quickly.
There we go.
And you said it well. They wanted a penalty. 25 seconds something later.
They essentially got one.
They got one. Edge of the box, DeMarco and Serie did it perfectly. Their Instagram post, they froze the frame as it's like back to the top corner. I'm like, that's DeMarco to a T. He had a fantastic game. Again, the fullbacks for them were fantastic in this one. Inter did score, was it 22nd minute, then basically said, no, we're done.
Yeah.
He said that we're done for the evening. We'll sit in, absorb some pressure. Inzaghi's on he's next to the thrower for some of the occasion, trying to set them up and organise them. A great game, I guess, for them in terms of that regard. They scored and set up well, and it took to a really, I guess, great magical setup. Maybe not magical moment, but a great setup for Napoli to end up with Billing the equaliser in the 87th minute. They got so close. In the end, 3 minutes plus 8 of stoppage time. So 11 minutes away from holding on Inter.
Yeah.
So it was impressive for them, but then, of course, it was Philip Billing.
Had to be your man. Your man. He almost scored it again, like right at the end as well. So he was. I mean, how does Conte do that with a player that was on the fringes at Bournemouth? Like it's ridiculous. But fucking you called this as soon as they signed him. Like watching him come in and score some huge goal in the title race, and that's what he did. So I think both teams will be satisfied with a point. Yeah. Also Inter, the Napoli. I think the game was there for Napoli to go and win it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think Inter will be the happy of the two for sure. Sort of they scored and then it was like, all right, let's just hold on here, which there's nothing wrong with. But if you're Napoli, they had a couple of chances. Lukaku, especially, I thought he had a few. Which
I'm looking at someone's stuff I wrote down here. Raspadori twice, especially with the keeper coming off his line. Was his summer out? I was going to ask you this after that about the keeper because he had an interesting sort of game. Raspadori, had a few chances there. McTominay had this crazy bullet of a strike. It did go straight to the keeper, but it's one of those ones where you're like,
even on the highlights, it was fucking quick.
It was fizzing. That ball had a lot of pace behind it. That was a massive chance. Politano, I thought would have scored, but Bastoni came out of fucking Narnia to slide in that challenge. It was a fantastic block there. And then right at the end, I think it's Ngonge and McTominay both have chances, and the Inter players sliding everywhere, make blocks, and I was just like, this is fucking gladiator shit.
Yeah, they were
into a challenge,
man,
keeper making save. And I'm like, oh my God, this is relentless. Because after they scored, fair play, Inter had to sit in, but they didn't even have the odd chance. They had nothing.
They had nothing.
So then right at the end, once you conceded, you'd expect a Napoli second. You thought, it just felt like it was bound to happen. But some of the challenges they were making was, that's why they're the champion team, I thought. You look at that, weren't really at their best because they'd given up that momentum. It's hard to re-find that attacking form. They were sitting in, they were under the pump for that last 8 or so minutes. But those challenges, those blocks to deny Politano, McTominay, Raspadori, and Ngonge, it's just like, wow. That's the difference in a title race.
It's a good word you used, relentless. Yeah. And I use that defensively with them. They are the body's on the line. I mean, all year defensively, they've been fucking rock solid. They've been incredible. It's just going forward. Lautaro hasn't been the same.
No.
Thuram's been good, but I feel like he had a really good start to the year and then he's drifted a little.
Injuries recently
as well. So mainly they're attacking sort of chances and stuff's coming from their wing backs. That's it.
It's the GM.
But I guess it's working for them. But I mean, we sort of said this a few weeks ago with Inter. It's we kind of expected them at the start of the year to find their form.
Yeah.
But then now it's like, this is just who they are this year.
Yeah.
Their forwards just aren't the same as last year. Their wing backs are even better, which is scary.
Yeah, good luck.
And their defense is probably better as well,
Yeah.
to be honest. So, it's a big point for them.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's nothing's changed in the title race. It's still mental. I mean, you got teams like Juve now. If you're optimistic as hell, are looking on the outside going, we're only 6 points behind. Like, crazier things have happened. So, and to think Motta was under pressure. He's 6 points. Like, that's just crazy.
They're finding some confidence now.
Yeah, they're finding some confidence. The gap is. Do we have a four horse title race?
That's the thing. I keep thinking Atalanta are gone because they keep dropping points, but they're right there.
They win like 2 games in a row, and they're within three, 4 points. Yeah,
it is crazy right now. Shame AC Milan up there. We'll get onto them in a bit, but they're not counts in this.
Them and Roma just
we've got a proper race now, which is good to see. 2 players I want to touch on this game. The goalkeeper Martinez. So the commentator said he was having a good game. I thought it was pretty shaky early on. I think, again, going back to our list, this is helping our summer debate because he came in and I think a few times Barella's telling him like to distribute and he's just taking too many touches. Makes a few decent saves here and there. Your thoughts on the keeper?
I would agree. Like in terms of his shot stopping, I thought he was pretty good.
I think he was really good, yeah.
I think it, like defensively, like you can feel more anxiety.
Yeah, shaky.
A little bit. They're like, oh, fucking hell. Like, he's like, at the end of the day, he's a backup keeper. You never know what these backup keepers do. So I thought his shot stopping was good. The McTominay bullet was a pretty good save, to be honest. And he had some other ones. He had the deflection in like the last kick of the game where, I mean, like he could have very easily gone to ground. But he stood up. So, his shot stopping was fine. Below what you said on the ball, it was... At times it was he's gonna
dogs abuse.
Yeah, I thought for sure he's gonna concede one for them, but so I mean, look, Sommer's has to be
because the commentators were adamant that it could be a battle. I think
Sommer's
he sets him
that's why he's underrated, man. Like, how is this even in a conversation?
I know. I thought the commentators, because they see him week in week out, would know that.
I mean, he's the best keeper in Serie A
because he takes a touch probably towards a halfway line, whereas this Martinez was coming out and nearly conceded because he came out too far for the Raspadori. So I'm like, a little worried about that. But in that same play was Billy Gilmore's pass. So he comes in this game for Zambo Anguissa, who is now injured, I think officially now, not sort of rested like he was a few games ago. Big game for him, I thought. I think he did really, really well there.
Considering he hasn't played too much.
They said 66 minutes they've combined for those two as a midfield duo. So it's a small duo.
But it's
obviously Lobotka's a fucking animal.
On the ball. Yeah, he set up the goal really well. That was him, Lobotka, just driving carrying the ball. So
I thought Gilmore was massive in this game. I think for any time to come into a game, probably the worst one against Mkhitaryan, Barella. It's like probably the toughest midfield to go against. But he held his own.
Oh, he did. Bro, he's got fucking so much talent. For a guy that has barely played this year, to come in and to look like so comfortable and like he's played every minute. Is like, oh man, he deserves to be playing week in, week out. And was Conte the one that brought him through? Because I remember that game he had. I think it was Lampard, wasn't it? Yeah, because mate, he's got so much talent. Even when he was at Brighton, like he was
underused at Brighton.
He was underused, exactly. So I don't know why he's not playing week in, week out. It's a bit mental, to be honest, because he's a serious player.
The thing is, how does he fit? And Geesa's there.
Yeah.
Lobotka feels like he's untouchable.
That's the thing.
And then you got McTominay, who's fucking the Scottish Jesus at these times.
That is McTominay's position. Like, no one has taken that off him.
That's it.
But it'd be nice to see Gilmore get more minutes. But Lobotka and Anguissa have been back to when they won the league form. Yeah. Like, they've been ridiculous. 2021 all over again. Champions League next year, I expect. Obviously, they'll rotate a lot more. I reckon he could be one to watch next year, big time. Well,
just to summarise it all, so Napoli no win their last 5 Serie A games.
And they're still
1 point behind Inter. Same games played now. Napoli, I guess, in this game, the storyline, 62% possession, but only made the 1.81 XG and only 2 big chances. Inter had 0. Just summarises their game for them. Napoli, Fiorentina is their next game. That's a big one. Atalanta play Inter, I think, in 3 weeks' time, if I'm not mistaken.
Where's the Napoli Fiorentina? Is that at
that's at the Maradona.
At the Maradona.
So that's a
okay.
massive game
That's
again
huge,
for them.
Yeah.
Because Fiorentina look like they're back on track again. They're another team in sort of 5th, 6th, sort of that race for the top 4 as well. So that's a big game for them. You have to end this winless run.
Yeah.
Saying that, Inter have only won 2 games in their last 5 as well. So both teams don't want it.
How mad's that? give it to fucking Juve. Give it to
can't
Roma
do
at
it.
this point.
Yeah,
Roma are the only ones showing some form of consistency over the past 4 or 5 weeks.
To take your pick who's going to win it, because I have no idea. And I keep saying this, these big games, obviously we know they mean a lot, but it feels like it'll be a small game, like a Verona or like a Monza, a Como that might change the title race, because they seem to do okay against their rivals, like draws and they'll win and they trade wins.
Well, they're also even, aren't they?
So whereas you go against the mid-tables, the Comos, I guess the Udineses and stuff like that, that's when I think these teams have like Como a few weeks ago for Napoli, they can slip up. So as much as I focus on the big game next week, I'm focusing on that last 5 games, and they've got some really easy ones.
But
when the pressure's on,
they're the ones that those teams, they don't give a shit, man. They are there to just make it as hard as possible. So it's such
Thank fuck for the Serie A.
It's such a good title race. This is better than the Bundesliga last year.
I think it is.
That was more of a top 4.
Yeah.
This is like, is this a genuine like 4-horse race? Are we saying? Is it like, so you say Juve's a big outs, like
but that's the thing.
beyond
I feel like
big,
they're more of an insider than Atalanta.
Really?
I'd go and say that. I think they're so off Atalanta right now.
They are, yeah.
They go winning 5-0
the Champions League, the whole Lookman thing.
I think Juve are coming in some good form.
They are. They're peaking at the right time.
I think you said it. They might be the Stuttgart. They might finish second.
Yeah.
But they might never have really been in it. But they'll probably finish second.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't lose all their players. But
don't do that.
No, it's Juve. They can't.
They're a big boy.
Mate. Tune into Serie A. That's all I'm saying. Tune in.
But that is the league right now. Prem, I think I'm going to call it.
Bundesliga.
I've called it.
You called fucking Christmas. I think you called that. Yeah. Maybe even before.
Actually, we've got a prediction review this.
Oh, actually, La Liga's spicy. La Liga is good.
Ligue 1's dead. Championships.
La Liga 2 is fucking.
Almeria's
don't
cooked.
Care anymore.
They are cooked.
They are shit.
Let's I'm buying Almeria.
They're actual like, I think they're like 7th. They're like 5 points behind the top, and they were like 2 points clear of everyone.
It was good
when we checked. It was great. They had their 10 seconds of fame, and then went back to hating on them.
The fall off is to be studied. Championship for that this year has probably been a bit of a quieter championship.
Yeah, it actually has. Yeah, the top 3 is like so clear. Yeah,
that's a conversation for the off season, but yeah, there has to be something done there to fix that gap.
It's a good conversation, actually. Yeah.
Talk about gaps. Milan are a long way off it. They dropped another game, their 3rd in a row, to Lazio at the San Siro. A few boos and whistles at half time.
Yeah.
Frustration again. The animosity or the anger that Conte Sal brings to sort of run out with this team. It sort of feels
now the fans are like Conte Sal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
all angry.
The fans are now everyone's just angry. But
they have a right to be angry.
Toxic environment.
Like it's AC Milan, and they're well below expectations.
Coldest kit in the world, but they're playing.
Do you like the kit?
I love it.
I've seen so many hate comments on it. Like
the
it's
red
so
one,
ugly.
I like it.
I didn't mind.
I'm here for it.
I mean, if they play like that, fucking never wear it again.
Yeah, call it quits. I like the Lakers
because that was a horror show. That was.
It was awful. Zakanji 1-0 in the 28th minute. Manyan making the save, but just palmed it straight into the path to Zakanji. Before that, Isaacson had a chance. Dia had 2 chances. Like they were well and truly on top.
That first 15 from AC was like
it was awful.
One of the worst I've seen from a team this year. Like genuinely shocking.
Literally, they are so bad in transition.
Yeah,
like it is scary. Like I thought City were bad early in this season. This is worse.
This is miles worse.
They give it away and they're cooked. Isaacson had his hand in a lot of things. Akanji nearly made it 2-0 on a volley just before half time. In the end, it all sort of turned very sour when Pavlovic was sent off in the 67th minute. Think it was a red?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, I'd lean towards.
There's a little bit of was he last man? Was it? But I think it has to be.
I think so, yeah.
It was a cynical challenge. I think that's the end of the day. He took him out.
Yeah, there wasn't much like sort of anger and frustration over it. No. So I think it was a red, yeah.
The red card for him just before the 70th minute mark. Chukwueze then headed the ball. The smallest down the pitch, headed the ball in at the 85th minute. Fantastic header, getting in Liao's cross. And then right at the end, the old statesman steps up, Pedro. I think he's turning 38 this week.
Yeah. Fucking fair play to him, man. Jesus, he's having a good year.
He's having an important season where he just does important
for
things.
a 38-year-old. He's having a great year. in a tough league,
and for a good team in Lazio as well.
Good team, yeah.
He scores the penalty in the 8th minute of stoppage time after Maignan was deemed to have took out his excellent, who had a fantastic game. I was surprised he didn't get any goal involvement at the end, but he was everywhere for them.
He was good, yeah.
Lazio got the win. 3 consecutive losses for Milan. They conceded 3.08 XG in this game.
Was it that high?
That was how high it was.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but at the same time, it does. Like, because of that, like,
that's bad
at home.
Yep.
But they were fucking dreadful. I mean, Jesus. This squad is beyond average.
That's the thing. I don't know.
So average.
I can't point to a single problem. And this is, or saying that line for me ages very well, because I said that for Napoli last season. Look where they are this year. But it's a very similar story to Napoli last season. But I can't tell you one thing that can fix this side, because it feels like there's so many different problems everywhere.
Look at the forward players that they brought in. Jimenez and Felix had a great start.
Yeah.
But now it's like, it's just back to same old. And
that's their problem. Man. Outside of Giroud, has there been a clinical striker at Milan?
The last one was like fucking when Ibra and Pato were there. And that was like, what, fucking 2008, 10?
7, yeah.
Something like that. Like, Jesus. So, man. I thought Roma was a depressing club to support earlier this year, but AC Milan, in terms of expectations, in terms of the history of that club, it's quite a sad watch at the moment.
They're a big boy.
You know, the fact that you'd probably say Leao and Teo are their best players, but they're so inconsistent, especially Leao. I mean, fucking hell. Jesus.
I guess he assisted in this game, but he didn't really do too much.
It's just like that. Like, if we're going to start praising him over those type of things, then we just got a bang average footballer then, don't we?
I feel like as well, though, like Tijani Reinders, Pulisic, these players that were...
How has he signed a new contract? What's he doing? He could go to... whoever he wanted to. Man City, he could go wherever.
Leverkusen if they lose.
Leverkusen, he could go wherever.
Fair play. I guess he wants to see the project out, but you're wasting your best parts of your career. Because I think he's 28.
This project's been going on for like
10 years.
Fucking 10, 15 years.
They won a Scudetto in between this, or didn't they? Like that.
That was just like a
Ibra came back, and they won it, and that was it.
Which was weird.
It was literally
how did that happen?
It was one of the COVID years, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. They definitely won it.
Yeah. Because I remember they celebrated and no one was there.
Yeah.
They were at like Sassuolo or something. They won it.
Because that's when like Leao fucking went berserk.
Yeah, nuts. But ever since, we have not seen...
It's dire situation.
It's not a quick fix though as well.
I mean, can they do a Napoli and... I don't see them bouncing back into title contenders or whatever, but like, is there
a Conte out there for them to get? That's probably more the thing with Napoli. They brought Conte in.
Yeah, well, surely they got to stick with Conte Sao. Like, who else would you go and get? Ten Hag. Like, he would probably be the best option.
The further weeks go on, he looks like a fucking saint, Ten Hag.
He actually does, yeah.
Looks like
he wasn't the problem.
No, you have to get
I think they probably have to stick with him, right?
A crazy winning manager to try and sack Conte out.
I mean, the reality is, I think it comes down to what Tijani Reinders wants.
Yeah, build around him.
He is your future. He's your now. So whatever he wants,
even Jimenez as well. Like, he has so much potential, but I'm just not.
It's just such a bang average squad that how can a player from like the Dutch league is like, you can't compare it to Serie A. No, at the moment, like, it's just completely different. And he's had a decent start. He scored a couple of goals. Him and Felix have looked alright. Yeah. That defense is horrific, honestly. Like horrific. Like they sold their fucking best centre back to Juve, and he's having a worldie of a year.
Great season, yeah.
So, and they sold him for like 4 mil, which is
when you said that, I'm still
bizarre.
surprised that day.
I don't know if that's a loan with like an obligation or something like that, or if they just bought him straight up. But regardless, that is like, what are they doing? Even Tomori, like, I've barely heard anything on him.
No England selections anymore.
Yeah, like, even just like, even when an England squad gets announced, it's not like, oh, where's Tomori? It's like, no, he's actually been quite average.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
not an easy. Napoli is the blueprint, I guess, because that wasn't an easy fix last year either. But
what you said, they're bringing Conte, they're bringing Lukaku, who is known for being
That's
incredible.
Yeah, they brought in a striker and they brought in a manager.
Yeah.
I guess you bring in a manager and a striker for Milan, maybe that.
And you got Kvaratskhelia, Leao, like
there's differences in this.
It's a different beast. So yeah, it's gonna be a long way back for them. This year's, I mean,
right off.
Like, what do they have left? Like
because the Champions League was supposed to be
against Inter in the semis, I think, of the cup. Cup.
But
I mean, if you win the cup, then it's
of course problems for the big boys.
They do well against Inter this year.
Yeah,
they do well.
They haven't lost Inter this year.
Yeah, no.
They've done well against the big boys. They've competed against Juve and Napoli. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. But it's still
it's always wait and see with Inter, AC, and I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah, no. We need to see eventually.
We need to see something because they've got too much talent on paper to be just this shit.
Bang average.
Yeah. Like on paper, fucking hell. Maignan, Leao, Hernandez, Reinders, Jimenez, Felix, and Pulisic has been good the last 18 months.
Yeah.
But it's so average.
Problems are plenty.
Yeah.
Equal as this club here, who seem to have turned it around. But again, Roma, they win versus Como.
Are you buying it?
But the thing, Ranieri has to go at the end of the year, right? I think he only said it's 1 year.
Yeah, well, I mean, for his own mental, personal health, well-being, I think he should just get the wine out and just sort of chill
up somewhere.
Yeah, how many clubs does he save?
We saved.
Was it
Cagliari last season?
Because
there's always that meme of him when they pan to him and he's there.
I think he went to fucking the French league and did something
saved
there.
them as well. Yeah, he did that 2 years ago. He saved 2 clubs.
Yeah,
he's
Leicester,
saving Roma.
Obviously,
he won it with Leicester.
Yeah.
Let the guy retire. But even Bocelli,
let him just chill, man. Stop fucking pressuring him and his agent.
They've gone one of the better runs in the last 4 months, I think, in terms of format, because the top boys have choked.
Yeah.
Como have had a decent run, but they stopped their run this game here. I don't know what to make of the game, because Kempf was sent off in the 63rd minute, and that sort of allowed Roma back into the game after Como sort of had a good start. So Como had a good start. Roma worked back into it. They get the goal, Salamakers. Then straight after that, Kempf sent off, and then Dovbyk off the bench scores to make it 2-1.
Typical Dovbyk goal.
But you need to go across the board to him. Ran with a great cross. That's a superb cross. It's like a volley cross, I think, in the end.
Perfectly weighted.
But that I looked at him like, isn't that what we saw for 8 months last season?
That was Girona.
Savinho across it and then goal.
Yep.
So supply, he will score. He just needs some supply.
Yeah. Tell you what, Salamakers, I think he's a decent player.
Hell of a player.
He is, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if some English clubs come knocking for him, yeah.
It's funny, these sort of creative mold players in the Serie A, though, I don't know if they correlate the other leagues.
How do they go in the other leagues?
LaLiga, Premier League, I don't see it really working.
He's probably in the perfect league, but obviously just the money and just some of the other clubs will come knocking, I think.
You'd expect so, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Especially with a side like Roma, going to not feature in any European football, I don't think.
Could they nick a Conference League?
But even then, if a club in the Europa League,
it's an upgrade, right?
He'd have to take it. So, but yeah, they've recovered slightly. I mean, it's just Ranieri, isn't it? I don't know how he does this.
With 4 wins in a row.
A different group of players every year. He seems to just know how to get results. I don't know how he does it. It's quite remarkable, to be honest. Does it. He's done it in every country. Essentially.
Well, it feels like it now, yeah. At least 3 of the big 5. Is
ridiculous. Some of the top managers in the world don't even have that
correlation.
They can't do it in every league.
Ladder review. So Milan, I agree, they're sort of cooked on 41 points. Roma on 43, 4 points.
Roma are above AC.
Yeah, they're above AC.
Jesus.
So Roma won 4 in a row, unbeaten in the last 6, I think, games. Fiorentina got that win to sort of end that little dodgy spot they had. So I think they're back on track. But my boys, Bologna, now equal on games they've run. They've played 27 in 6th on 47 points.
Fair fucking play to them, yeah.
Back-to-back wins, 3 wins in the last 4 games.
Champions League's not even out of the picture for them.
No, it's not ridiculous. Lazio, they're sitting very nice at 50 points.
Yep.
Led by obviously Nuno Tavares and that lot. But yeah, it's the battle for sort of 5th, 6th and 7th will heat up.
Yep.
Because they will not get the coefficient. because basically every team's been knocked
I
out.
think that's
So Lazio
Premier,
5th is your Europa League, and 6th Bologna is your Conference League. So Fiorentina and Roma will be fighting to try and nick that spot off Bologna.
Big time, yeah.
Milan, Udinese, Torino.
But Bologna are only getting better, mate, so I can't...
I can't see them really going backwards. But it's going to heat up. There's spots aplenty to fight for.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of players, teams playing for some contracts and teams playing for some money, I guess, as well. When you look at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the Conference League and Europa League, it means more money, right? So
100%.
I think these Italian clubs need it. It feels like one of the leagues that don't spend heavily.
Yeah, no, even the big boys don't.
Yeah, no. Like Juve don't spend that much money these days.
Look at the money Napoli has spent. Like,
chop change.
Billing and Lukaku was like nothing from Chelsea. So
Going to be interesting for those ones. Let's go into the first segment of the day, the central midfielders list. I had to shit out a few players into here because I think I forgot them last week. So I've got a few dodgy calls this one.
I've shit out 2 in here from that you had last week. So we
gotta get them in.
Had to get them in, have to.
Your number 10.
My number 10. This is going to sound mental considering what we said on him last week, but I do have Frankie de Jong.
See, I was close to putting him in.
I do have him
very close to putting him in.
Mans was in an overrated 11 last week, and now
he makes the top 10.
And now he makes the top 10. But we spoke about it last week. How on his day, he is still one of the best midfielders in the world. Just injuries this year have meant he's hasn't played a whole lot. But yeah, Barca's just managed well without him this season, which is why he's so low, to be honest. But
he's disappeared to the void.
Yeah, just the injuries and so he's number 10.
My number 10 definitely gonna be a bolter from last year. I got Leon Goretzka in at 10.
Oh wow!
I think he's been fantastic. Maybe it's the Kimmich tax here. He looks very good.
Gym
playing.
tax. That is roid stacks. Fucking.
But he's looked much better this year. Capable on the ball, and a proper second midfielder to Kimmich.
Yeah.
Like we said this last season with him. Who's gonna be that guy to stand up? I think I mentioned Goretzka's name basically across the first 6 months of last season. Like when's he gonna step up? When's he gonna make it his position? This year he's made it that position. More comfortable and I guess a more fluid midfield. I think the best we still haven't seen yet, but what we've seen so far this year, I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
The top for a reason. He's played basically all the big games. I think in particular those Leverkusen games where they have to defend so much, I've actually been more impressed with that. Yeah. So I'm really, really happy with his performance this season. Slips into number 10 for me.
Nice pick. My 9 is João Neves.
Yeah.
I've got him in.
Yeah.
Honestly, this was just like sort of take your pick between him, Zeremi, and Vitinha. Sort of all 3 of them are phenomenal.
Funny.
But João Neves, I mean, you spoke about him last week. He's just, for a guy that's still, 19, 20 years old, he's sort of like the best one in that midfield, which is absurd. Does everything you want. Love him as a player. So I think the sort of test for these guys is going to be sort of overnight with Liverpool.
Yeah, the big boys come to town.
We'll see just how good these guys are, but they're so young, so they're going to be fucking ridiculous.
These lists can age so shit. The time this goes out, it could be horror. It could be so bad.
It could be.
All right, this is my shit ass one. I got Anguissa in here.
Oh, nice.
At 8.
I like, good.
Because I've got Lobotka as a 6, and I feel sorry I left him. I should have put him in last week, but Anguissa's my number 9. I love when this guy's in form. I think I talked about him in that Prem Serie A video I made a few months back. But he was good for Fulham, a big sign, and then got injured. And it also fell apart and they got relegated. Then he got moved. And obviously, he was massive in that initial title. Massive again, this potential title run. And you can tell, yes, Gilmore was fantastic on the weekend, but when he's missing, there's a real hole in that side. A workman type player up and down the pitch. And he's got a bit of a goal in his game as well, I think. Underrated. So he's number 9. He's an on his day type player.
Yeah.
Can we see him do it again next season now instead of having that good year, drop off good year?
Yeah.
I want to see him do 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Then he can maybe get top 6 of regions for me.
Yeah. Yeah, they missed a body in the box on the weekend, to be fair. So my number 8 is Bruno G.
Yeah.
8. Yeah. I mean, ever since he's come to the Prem, I feel like he's been sort of one of the most favourite sort of midfielders in the league. Everything about him, just his fucking work rate. He's just such a competitor. He's a fucking bull in there, and he's annoying to play against, but someone that you'd love to have in your team.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, there's a reason why City have been sort of lingering around him for that sort of 100 million price tag. So, yeah, just such a good player, and he's going to have a big game in the cup final. Now that I don't think obviously Gordon's not going to be playing.
No.
Lewis Hall won't be playing as well. He's injured, so going to need a big captain's performance from him.
Yeah. Nah, that's a good point. They're going to miss a lot of key players again in a cup final. My number 8 is Garvey.
Yep.
Probably maybe a little bit low, but I'm giving this PSG career a bit more, I guess, favouritism than they probably needed. I think he's been good this year, but not great. Yep. I think there's been a bit of a drop this season, if I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But maybe that's because everyone around him is performing at fucking 12 out of 10. Maybe that's the
Who would have thought Castro would be literally allowing Gary to just recover from his injury and just...
Because Gavi should have been more of a moment, like from the start, maybe play 60 minutes or come off the bench at the 60-minute mark. He's still super talented. They're probably the deepest bag, if you know what I mean, out of them all. The most highest ceiling, most to prove, I guess, still.
Yeah.
Injuries obviously hurt him. And that's just undoubtedly the truth. But on raw talent and what the small pockets we see, 100%. He has to get in this list. So he's number 8 for me.
Fair enough. My number 7, I've still got Luka Modric in here.
Oh, 100%. I've still
got him in. I know he hasn't played a whole lot. Obviously, I wanted to put him like sort of first, second, but I had to put guys in that have consistently played this year, and Ben just absolutely insane. So I've put Luka Modric number 7. I mean, the goal he scored, was it on the weekend or a few weeks ago? The volley was just, I mean, that just sums up Luka Modric. It's just I mean, what can you say about him? I mean, he's in the conversation with your Xavis and Iniestas and stuff like that. Yeah. So is he better than them? I honestly don't know. That's a conversation for another day. Yeah. Maybe an off-season chat, that is. But is he going again next year? Or is that...
There's no rumour he's not going.
Yeah, so I think he could definitely go again next year. He's still plays in their biggest games and doesn't look out of place at all. Yeah,
so. I very much agree with that. I'll come on later. I've gone Vitinha 7.
Nice, yep.
I was really tossing up between these. I have another PSG players next. But I go back to the Euros, and that's why I've sort of organised them the way I organise them. And that's where I guess he stood out for me alongside Neves and that crew, because you don't watch him much. Yeah. But in the Euros, fantastic in that Portuguese side, who I think, to be honest, overperformed in the end. They weren't a great side, but they worked hard. What I see in the Champions League, very impressive. Him and Neves have been that combination. Yeah. I think you look at probably the team of the state, or group stages and phases, they're in like 2 or 3 each. Yeah. So they've had big games. They batter teams in League One, and that's what they're supposed to do, but they are doing that this season.
Still haven't lost, I don't think.
I think it's 22 games unbeaten now.
Yeah.
No loss in the league. It's some crazy run they're on. So it's fantastic. He's been a big part of that.
Yep.
Still nowhere near his potential. I feel like he's got a long way to go.
Oh, a long way, yeah. But that's the fucking beauty of it.
That's a good thing about it. He's so young, yeah.
My number 6 is Tijani Reinders.
Okay. Yeah.
I do have him in. I think this year he's been up there with one of Serie A's best midfielders, maybe even best players. I think he's carried AC. They would probably be on half the points they're on right now, honestly, without him. He's been creating all their chances. He's been defensively helping out. He's been absolutely everywhere. I mean, that performance alone against Real Madrid was probably the midfield performance of the season I've seen from him. Like, it was fucking insane what he was doing against that midfield. So, even at the Euros as well, I thought he had a pretty good Euros. Yeah, I was a bit skeptical of their midfield. Yeah, I think De Jong was injured. He wasn't playing. It was
Verm and Schouten.
It was a very dodgy midfield. But as soon as I saw him play, I was like, oh yeah, that's a serious player. Yeah. So
I'm gonna miss I thought he was a 10, but he probably is more of a. I'll fit him in somewhere.
Put him everywhere.
Yeah, anyway. He's a bit of a drop him in for the job, 6 is Fabian Ruiz. I mentioned this.
Oh, wow.
I love his work at the Euros.
Like him.
I loved his work at the Euros. I think maybe in PSG's midfield, he probably hasn't been the best performer. This probably sounds backwards. Probably hasn't been the best performer this season. That probably is Neves, and then Vitinha and Fabian Ruiz can go here or there. But I think his part to play in Spain and what I've seen from him as a cumulative.
Yeah.
I like more than what Vitinha has done. Again, the ceiling probably isn't as high or nowhere near as high as what Vitinha can give you. But I've really liked seeing what Fabian Ruiz has done. So he slots in at 6, but probably at his near max.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. He's not much of a bolter, whereas I can see Vitinho and Neves, these players bolting. This might be the max I probably see Fabian Ruiz going, but
I like that.
I've got him there.
You've gone very high on PSG.
I've gone very high. All three of them have made my list.
All three of them are in.
Yeah.
I like
They
that.
better not get battered tonight. They're too embarrassing.
No, they'll probably batter us now. That's a bit. My 5 is Barella.
Yeah.
Just such a quality player, such a good midfielder. I think he's peaked in terms of where he can reach. I think this is the best we'll ever see, which is he's a phenomenal player. Still probably the best midfielder in Serie A in terms of the overall player itself.
Yeah, the cumulative.
I think if Inter are going to do something in the Champions League, if they're going to win the league, I think Barella's going to have to start to chip in with probably a few more goals as well.
He hasn't had that.
Sort of output, but still his performances have been really, really good this year. Never really injured. Just always plays. Yeah. Always a 7, minimum 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, yeah. I have the GOAT, Luka Modric, at number 5.
Nice.
This conversation has to be had.
I wanted to put him higher, man.
I think I had him 1 last year.
Or did we both had Fede Valverde? And then he was 2. I think we both had him 2.
Yeah, or 1 and 2, something like that. I might have given Modric just the history card in that one there, but he still played on the weekend and probably wasn't one of the best players in that loss. We'll get to the game in a bit, but he comes in captain, does a great job. Earlier this season, the Champions League, they were down to a half time. Yep. And they kept turning the ball over. They bring on Modric at half time, they win the game.
Yep.
To this day, he's still probably over a 45-minute period. If we're just doing it at 45s, probably the best player.
Probably the best
midfielder in the world.
He probably.
Forget Bellingham, forget Rodri. Literally, you chuck him in there.
Yeah.
45 minutes, probably makes more of an impact than any midfielder in world football. And I love him. Him and Kroos, I keep saying it, super underrated. And it's a big job he's had to done because Kroos is gone, right?
Yeah.
He was so important to them last season. Modric was already that sort of substitute player last season. He's had to be the guy since December due to injuries from Camavinga and Tchouaméni, Bellingham suspensions. He's come in and probably elevated this side. He's 5, but it hurt me to put him at 5.
Yeah, I didn't like seeing him at 7. It didn't feel right, but
he's a guy. He's the gun.
Yeah, he's a fucking freak.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Granit Xhaka.
Yeah.
The engine of that Leverkusen side. He is the Leverkusen side at times. It feels like. He's just been such a good leader this year. I feel like. At times they have struggled in terms of defensively and just being consistent, but Granit Xhaka's been just as good as he was last year. To be honest, still finds the odd screamer here and there
when he wants to.
Him and Andrić they just work so well together, and Andrić has probably been underused.
Yeah,
do you like what you said a couple of times? So, he's just I did not think we would ever live in a world where Granit Xhaka was
4 years ago.
4 years ago, throwing the captain's armband off and getting booed off. I thought, never would have thought Granit Xhaka would be this player, but he would have been handy at Arsenal over the past few years.
With how some of their players have been playing.
Would have saved them a bit of money. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think I remember that game. It probably would be 3 years ago at City. They hadn't quite got. Maybe it was the year before they made that jump in, but it was a big game because I was.
Is that the one he got sent off?
Yeah, he got sent off, and I'm like, that's him done. I thought he'd never ever amount to anything from that moment, but then you look at him now. He's eclipsed what Arsenal
phenomenal.
Done.
He's. How much did he went for free, didn't he?
Something like that.
I think it was like days.
Wages about it, yeah. What a great decision.
One of the great Bundesliga signings. It'd have to be.
Literally, 100%. My 4 is Barella. Basically what you said. I'll just sum up by saying, the pie chart, and I'll bring it back out again. He fills that pie chart out. There's no hole in this man's game. I agree with the best midfielder at Inter, most important midfielder at Inter. But again, need some numbers this season. We're missing that. Top 3.
My 3 is McAllister.
Oh, not number. Okay, yeah.
Nah, not number 2. Time to put him number 1. No, but I mean, fucking, you went bang on. As soon as this channel started, your guy,
Alexis.
I love this guy, man. Like every performance is an 8. It's 7, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. I mean, he just wins. He wins games by himself when you don't even realize it. Like he's one of those players that he generally wins games by himself in that midfield, but it goes so under the radar. Like his control, even his defensive work has improved so much. Like he's tackling like some of the best strikers in the league, and he's just carrying the ball. And the goal against Newcastle, where he picks up the ball, carries it, gets into the box, and scores an absolute screamer.
Belter.
I mean, for 35 million, it's one of the great steals that we will ever get at Liverpool. 35 million for a guy that's like now, I think he's like 26, is just ridiculous. So hopefully we see another 10 more years of this guy, because he doesn't rely on pace.
I was saying he got that in his bag.
So he could play football till he's fucking 40, this guy.
Yeah. My 3 is Pedri.
Yep.
So I think we're out of just rotation. This is just personal favourites, I feel like. No, Pedri's been ridiculous this season. And again, I think I've been harsher on Pedri in the last year because of the whole Gavi him and like who's actually going to be better. Maybe that's actually gone against him.
Yeah.
But this season he's gone clear, man. Like this is, yes, we talk about Rafinha and Lamine and Lewandowski and Olmo off the bench, but Pedri's been there this year, basically most of the season, and he's never really missed a beat. I feel like in a year that you said it really good from the start, they could fall off with this Hansi Flick energy, pressing, high line. But I feel like it's bettered him. It's like opened up a new area to his game. And again, we probably could put him in a number 10s list because he's been playing so high up the pitch as well, leads the press.
Scored a lot of goals this year.
Yeah. His involvements. That's the thing. Maybe not the direct assist or goal, but in the build-up the important pass, I think has been fantastic. I just personally don't like him as much as number 2 for me.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, he's my number 2. He's been outstanding this year. Just with the injuries, I mean, I think there's a genuine conversation for him to be number 1. I just think number 1 is just a complete footballer. Can play sort of everywhere. You can't have to put him in. But just as a central midfielder alone, if we didn't have these sort of injury doubts and things about him, he's had such a good year. And Hansi Flick is weird saying, like, because of how sort of like the high line and how much it takes out of you, this Hansi Flick ball, but it's probably the best manager he could have had, which is crazy to say considering the injuries.
Injury history,
so, I can't wait to see the next sort of few years under Hansi Flick.
Give us 3 more years of it. It could be number 1 easy.
And just avoid injuries at all costs with this guy, so...
They've got the depth there. They can rotate.
Now they have the depth, and no doubt there'll be another 2-3 fucking kids coming through next year. That'll be insane.
Some 14-year-old will probably just be Javi next year.
Next fucking Yamal on the other side. So
give it up. I'd make McAllister 2. Personal favouritism. Been 18 months of this. But you say defensively. I keep saying he was a double pivot last season. I think that's underrated in itself. He had to play the 6 because much as we love the mouthguard merchant Endo, he's not a
Japanese
mobile guy. Yeah, exactly. A bit more aggressive, I feel like, as well. He's a very aggressive player. But Endo is not your most mobile. McAllister's, again, he's not quick, but he helps out in that regard. So he did that last year. Been open up now with Gravenberch there.
Yeah.
And the vision and the passing. And I still think at Brighton, he was a back-to-goal half-turn player. At Liverpool, because of the way Trent moves and the spaces that Salah creates, he can have his back and then turn.
Yeah.
Like he's not on the half turn anymore. He's on the full turn.
Yeah.
Gets set up, drives, opens up spaces.
Literally the Newcastle goal. I
love that whole, you think Liverpool might be got out in transition, but there's McAllister just chucking a foot in and just stopping the attack. The package, the bag is ridiculous. Is it his ceiling? Maybe, but I still feel like there's something else.
Hell of a ceiling.
There's still something else to come out of him as well. I'm super on him.
Yeah, I think he can get even better, to be honest.
He's ridiculous.
Playing as a 6 probably helped him as well.
Yeah, he's learnt from being a 6. Yeah,
he's just phenomenal.
Yeah,
obviously
number 1, the channel legend.
Favourite, just the hero, Fede Valverde, the most complete player in world football. Would you say?
Yeah.
In terms of just everything about
Where
him.
can you play? Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Striker.
He's right wing, left
100%. Just everything. Can play right back, centre mids, just fucking like everything. Passing, defensively, he's goals. Like he's just elite in every category, every subcategory you can think of a footballer. He's elite at.
Can be top 5 and everything.
And he's fucking gonna be like a captain, he's
captain.
He's Uruguay's captain.
Yeah.
And he's what, 25, 26?
Young.
Like oh man. I mean, is there a world where you know, this guy is in the same conversation as Luka Modric,
I think
as a Toni Kroos.
I think he will be.
Yeah.
100%. Give us 2 years, 3 years when he wins
It feels
2 or
like
3 more
it.
Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about accumulating trophies.
Yeah.
'Cause
We know what he is as a player.
Talent-wise, he's fine.
Yeah.
Or better, sorry. But
And
like,
he won't ever like it. He's one of those. He won't ever have a dip in form because he's just so motivated and he's so like he just fucking works his ass off, man. He just doesn't stop.
In this Galactico side, you need a player like Fede Valverde that gets given the armband.
How is he
and
never
to trust
injured?
him.
He plays every week. He plays 90 or close to it every week. Like every position. Like it's just it's insane at this level.
Yeah.
We're playing more games than ever. There's more pressure than ever. You know, with like obviously the internationals, there's only more international games as well, and he's, oh my god, like
It's just crazy.
I feel like people are now starting to finally catch on
Yeah.
that this guy's actually insane at football. You know, it's been a long time coming.
I say it's been 3 years at least
Like,
of him probably being in this role,
being at this level,
at this like complete football.
even when he was playing, remember when he was playing right wing?
What's that? He was
years ago,
still good.
Like Jesus, he was good.
Still good.
Still bloody
What's
good.
with Real Madrid's right wingers turning like even like Vazquez
Yeah,
became one of the strongest right backs probably in that league. I know it's probably not the greatest defensive league, LaLiga, but he's probably one of the best right backs in that league.
yeah.
You know, Valverde and doing what he does. Like Rodrigo's a left winger playing on the right. Like,
Yeah.
there's something about that right hand turn at Real Madrid. Just
It's just Real Madrid, isn't it?
you're chucking that white shirt and you're
Yeah,
in
you're just a different player. Me and you could probably turn into fucking.
Get me there. Give me the R9 trim and I'll be there.
I'd turn into fucking what's his name, Hosselu, and you'd be fucking Jude with the celebration and everything.
We'll pull it up and just make it happen. I tell you what though, there's something about these number 8s and scoring goal of the years.
Yeah.
McAllister.
Even
Xhaka,
Pedri's nearly scored an absolute
Pedri.
screamer the other night where he hit the bar.
Hit the bar, yeah.
Jesus.
And obviously Valverde does not score any goal other than
A
a
banger,
belter.
yeah.
He's not allowed to score any other goals than that. But
Bruno G loves a banger.
Bruno G loves it.
Johnny Reinders loves a banger. Luka Modric, Jesus. I mean, he scores bangers every fucking month, it feels like.
It's just his list, man. It's a hell of a list.
Yeah. Was it different lists we had? But it's more so the...
Well, I gave Reinders the 10.
6 and 10 and stuff
And then
like that,
I had Bruno as a 6. I had Xhaka as a 6. I had Fabian Ruiz quite high, though. That was
I know, I do like that shout,
Yeah.
though. I do like that shout.
Had the whole PSG midfield.
Even with Gavi, I
Gavi's
classify him
been
as a 6.
Yeah.
But I had Castro last week,
Yeah.
and Castro's been sort of playing
He's
over
a guy.
Gavi because Gavi's had that injury. So.
Tell
Good
you what,
list, man.
PSG, Barca, Liverpool, there's hell of a
I'm happy
couple
with
teams in here.
both those lists.
Yeah.
Actually, I like yours with the PSG. I rate that. I rate that.
Fuck, this could be really
Yeah,
bad.
but they haven't. Even if they lose to Liverpool,
But it's the best. I
Like,
think the best midfield in the world.
they still haven't lost.
Yeah.
I know it's Ligue 1, but you know, Marseille have the best they've been in a while.
We'll get to them. We'll get to that in a minute. But we
Monaco
have
and stuff,
our
so-
predictions going.
Yeah, Lille have been fucking phenomenal in the Champions
Well,
League.
the nuts, they're champions. Yeah.
So,
Let's quickly go to Spain. We sort of have to think of one of the games being that 1-0 Atletico win over Athletic Club. Just
this game, man.
have you seen the Gallagher
You just
clip?
got to laugh. You just got to laugh.
Gallagher
honestly.
tackles one, tackles second. Fucking Simeone. And I'm like, oh my God, bro.
I wasn't even like it was like, what is this post? It's normal. Like this is a normal
I love this
Simeone
league.
thing, and I
love this
fucking
league,
loved
man.
it.
I love this league. It's hilarious.
I wish Gallagher would have given like a bit of the
Yeah, one of
like
those little fans,
you
yeah.
know, like fucking come on Gallagher, you know.
But is that not just Simeone ball?
Oh, it's to a T. Like how the fuck they won that game again? I have no idea.
What the
Williams fucking hitting the bar 3 times.
Yeah, so Inaki, what was it? Is this so Prados hit the post and then Williams came to follow up, hit the crossbar
From like 2 yards
2
out.
yards away.
Yeah.
And then later in the game,
Had a deflected
another shot hit the post, it hit off him and it went wide. I went, oh my God. I was like, they hit the post like 4 times in the space of...
He had another one where he hit the bar, where it deflected. His shot deflected and hit the bar.
I was just like,
But
but is
yeah.
that not Atletico though? Man?
But
Like,
yet, if you didn't watch the game, clean sheet, 1-0, you'd think, oh
Job's
yeah.
done.
They probably were good for 75 and then grinded out the last
Yeah,
15.
nah,
it was
nah.
the complete fucking opposite.
They had a good
One
little
through ball to Alvarez and
Yeah.
inshallah.
I'm about to say, their one good movement of the game was Llorente, Alvarez, goal, celebration, defend.
They have the odd like half chance here and there, but besides that, it's just fucking hang on for our life.
But as we joke, they are 1 point off top.
We love it.
Simeone's in that big tracksuit. He's giving it the big ones.
This is the scariest version of Atletico, where they're like scraping through wins, but they're winning, and it's like scary for every other team.
You shit yourself because they don't lose to the big boys. They hate losing games of football. They're 6 games unbeaten. Only lost 2 games in the league this year. The least losing side in the league. They did lose 2-1 last night to Real, but again, it was tough. Real had to fucking grind over the line.
Atletico if they play like that, I fancy Atletico in that second leg.
That's the thing. Like I said it in the Champions League prediction video, they are the worst team to meet in a round of 16. It was Inter last year, and I'm pretty sure the year before they were underdogs. They're always underdogs in the round of 16, and they somehow win it. Like every year, without a shadow of a doubt, they come in as the underdogs. They maybe trail, but some second leg bullshit.
Yeah,
where they get maybe a scrappy goal, they win on pens, and it's the same in the league. Like you said, you just hate to have them. They're just the little brother. They're just nagging around. They drop some dumb games to fucking Mallorca,
but they're family, so you love them. You know what I mean?
Well said. Well said. You love them.
At the end of the day, as much as we've sat here in previous shows and
fucking
criticise Atletico because of all the attacking talent they have, and they're sitting on the edge of their own 18-yard box. But at the end of the day, it works, and at times, it's fucking phenomenal to watch. I
want to get up and fucking run through a wall.
I want to run through a wall for that manager, and that's what being a manager is at the end of the day.
Yeah,
as a manager, you have to have that sort of, that like aura capacity where players go, I'm going to run through a fucking brick wall with you for 90 minutes every week.
Yeah,
fucking midweek, go Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, or whatever they play. So. Oh, it's just that clip. I can't get that clip out of my head. The celebration and we got Syria fucking flares going off when they're 1-0 down, and the goals clearing the bench. Goalkeeper coaches being the first to celebrate, and then we got imagine Simeone in Syria before he retires. He needs to go to a Napoli.
He'll say Milan.
He needs to go somewhere. Because him in that league would be phenomenal. Him and Conte, oh my god, that would feed families.
I'd rather come on the bench than the fucking pitch. Fuck the pitch.
That would feed families. That honestly.
Going back to the Napoli again, that Billing goal. I thought Billing might have got decapitated in that huddle.
Oh my god,
they just piled on him. That was hilarious.
Everywhere. It's like you got a game to win. You got a league to win. Get the fucking ball and go back.
Yeah, fuck getting the ball. No, just crowd on. I love it. But yeah, what a game for Atletico. They need that.
At the end of the day, Bilbao a good side, and they got a big win. That's just what it is.
I love their manager as well. This is tacticians. Yeah, one of the best in La Liga.
I felt sorry for him.
At the end of the game, man. Inaki's had one of those games where it just doesn't go in.
Yeah, just one of those. Did everything right besides just
in the right spot,
just not going in. Yeah,
it doesn't land your way. Then it gets on to the big one. Anthony 2. Real Madrid 1 in the Brasilia derby.
What is going on in Real Betis is they're the team to support at the moment.
They've won, where is it? 3 games in a row.
They haven't lost.
They're into 6.
Yeah.
The best they've been since the 4th match week.
Yeah.
That's the Anthony effect. And I hate United's Ray, but he was actually right. He said, because I think La Liga posted Anthony gets the win or something like that. And he said, not even joking, Anthony now owns the league, without a shot, all the media
absolutely does.
Is on Anthony.
Everything is about Anthony.
It's
part of it because he was so shit at United and he's a meme.
Yeah.
The other half's he's actually playing man of the match performances, some great goals. He's completely turned the tide for them, which is mental.
And he was against one of the top left backs in the world, and he didn't lose the battle.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't great, but he didn't lose that battle in that game. Competitive.
Competent. He was, he was still good. So, and Betis, their fans, that stadium,
get me there.
It's actually massive. They fill it out, and they go fucking mental, and I love it.
The rain ruined it because they all had to
the rain ruined
it.
They were all fucking hiding in the underneath.
I saw the rain. I started googling on the other computer while I was watching. There's 30% chance of rain in Spain during winter. How out of all the games you picked the biggest one where they were going nuts pre-game And the anthem was being
The
blasted out.
anthem, even the equaliser, they were going fucking mental behind the goal. Oh, it was. I love Betis. I need a Betis shirt. I need to wear the one that you usually have here.
Yeah, I should for sure brought it out.
I think I need to buy my own and get like a. I only know Anthony. That's the problem. Isco. I should get an Isco one actually. Yeah, get an Isco one.
He's the guy. Well, he was the guy in this game.
Perez? He was.
Is it Perez?
He was there.
Or maybe Johnny, mate. Johnny was big in this game.
Yeah,
Johnny was big in this game. He scored a goal. Obviously, so Brahim scores the first. By the way, the ultimate substitute. Remember Leipzig last season when Bellingham was suspended?
And he scored
Brahim
the banger.
scored the goal and he whipped out the celebration. Drew out this game. Big game for them. Yes, they lose it, but Brahim scores the first goal. Great build-up, by the way, as well. And Mbappe to Mendy, across to Brahim. They took the 1-0 lead. Betis were very, very negative in the first sort of hour, half an hour. Yeah. 34th minute, though, Johnny Cardosa, big header. I thought Courtois stopped it for a minute.
If he saved that, he's not human.
Well,
the fact that he almost did.
He got his hand to it.
He saved like a similar one a couple later, didn't he? Yeah.
Pissing down with rain, takes a deflection, somehow stops it. He's ridiculous.
He's insane. Yeah.
And then Rudiger with a brain fade, I thought. I know
he's probably going to score, but
I know Rodrigo was just through, but I backed the keeper.
He didn't get sent off, did he?
No, it was not even a card.
Which I don't understand.
So,
how
was he
I don't get this. I don't know.
Because isn't double jeopardy? You can't get red carded, right, for the pen. But you can get yellow carded.
Yeah.
But maybe was he on a yellow that they couldn't give him a double yellow? I don't know.
Yeah, because I thought for sure.
Like
as soon as it happened, I was like, he's off here, surely.
Like, it's Rudiger though. His best mates.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they lost, which is bad enough. Yeah. But I thought that was probably. I thought it'd be a red, but.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
The penalty was enough though.
Yeah, the penalty was enough, and
Isco converts
Isco buried it. Yeah.
54th minute, and they just hold on for the rest of the game. To be honest, Real didn't really come close after that point in time.
Attempts from distance, but it was sort of straight at.
Like Luka Modric were trying things, but
Vinny was trying, but
Vinny had a tough game.
Tough game. Yeah, a tough game.
It's become Mbappe's show, and Vinny said
it's kind of mental how when Vinny's not there, Mbappe's like the best player on the planet by a mile. But then when Vinny's there, like Vinny and they have good games, but they lose.
Yeah, it's fucking
they lose games. So yeah, I mean they've dropped off the pace the last month.
They're slipping away. So 1 win in the last 5. They've only scored 5 goals in the last 5 games.
Which is mad.
For Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo,
but
Brahim.
It feels like they've scored a shit ton. They've just conceded even more. But they've
only scored 5 goals.
They've only scored 5, which is
won a game.
Yeah,
and considering how dodgy they've been. Yeah. And Endrick saved them in the Super Cup.
Yeah.
Or whatever the Spanish Cup.
Yeah.
So like, they're not fluent.
Yeah, they haven't been. Well, they had like a. It's actually when Vinny was out for a couple of weeks where they looked like back to like
Jude went to the
now 10. They're peaking. They're gonna waltz the league and the Champions League. But now they're stumbling, and Barca and Atleti are only getting better.
So I think they're 3 points off the top. I think or 2.
They're 3 points.
3 points
off
at the top.
I think. Yeah.
But again, I go with the same philosophy. It's 4 points because they're like 20 goals behind goal difference. Yeah. So that's a game more than a game away. It's a lot to catch up with if you're not playing good football.
They can't afford to drop too many more points.
Will it be a case of they focus Champions League, Barca focus La Liga? But Barca's got the depth.
If you're Madrid, you can't be doing that with the squad you got. Jesus, it's fucking Galacticos. They should be winning both. Like if we're being really harsh
honest,
honest. So yeah, it's heating up. It's heating up big time.
I can't rule them out. You can't rule Ancelotti out.
You can't rule any of them out. Fucking Barca with Flick, and he's a serial proven winner. Simeone, just Atletico always there.
Yeah.
And it's Real Madrid. So.
It's Ancelotti's worst point since joining Real after 26 games though. So they started well, they fell off. They had 2 years ago, they had a great year, and it's back to the worst.
There's not a world where he's under pressure by any chance.
I don't think so. No. Yeah. But they win nothing.
They win nothing, and he has a slow start to next year.
I'm sure they can
as ruthless as they are,
out of wherever they need to pull him out of.
That pull Iraola, pull.
They can pull whatever they want to pull.
Mikel Arteta,
Don't do that, Real. But they would pay Bournemouth for fucking 80 million.
Oh, Iraola would go with that. Like, who wouldn't?
I'm so interested to see. Mate, they're according to the Opta, they're favourites for every competition.
Yeah.
Seriously, Plymouth, man, they've done the unthinkable. Because Ryan looks like Liverpool going to do the treble, but they're missing
fucking
the
good against City as well. Jesus.
well, Pep. We're going to top again, but Pep went up to the fans and like clapped to a foot. I was like, fair play, Pep.
Fair play, Pep.
Sometimes I don't like you, but
there is a nice side to Pep.
Yeah. The drinking water shit pisses me off. Like, get something else.
Yeah.
But
it's Pep.
It's Pep.
Top 10.
Joseph.
He entered top 10 respect moments after that for sure.
That's better. That's aggressive.
He's
very aggressive.
Yeah, he's very aggressive.
It's like, fuck, fair enough. Let's quickly touch down in Germany for a little bit. Again, this league's sort of dying off, but the story's Mainz, who got a big win at Leipzig. Xavi Simons, again, over at 11, goes and scores in the first minute, and nearly scored again early in the first sort of few minutes. They were on the front foot early on, but as the game sort of grew, second half in particular, Mainz grew into the game. Amiri made it 1-1, getting end of a Nebel cross, score past Galashi, and then Burkhardt. I'm liking the look of this guy. I've worked a few now Mainz games, and he looks like a real complete forward. Made it 2-1, 58th minute, so 2 goals in like 5 minutes. Amiri again involved, setting up the centre forward. Then from that on point in time, it was basically all Mainz. So it was basically first half all Leipzig, second half all Mainz. They get the 2-1 win, 3 straight wins for them, unbeaten in their last 4 games. Best league position of the season in 4th, 1 point behind Frankfurt in 3rd.
That's insane. Yeah, mate.
It's all sort of coming together for Mainz.
It's ridiculous, man.
You touched them earlier, but they're smacking it.
Like Leipzig have fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
And like Mainz and Freiburg and
as well.
Is it Mönchengladbach? Or, I know Wolfsburg is 7th. I don't know who's 6th, but you know these teams are coming for Frankfurt. So Frankfurt have now. I think a few weeks ago we sort of said like they're clear 3rd.
Yeah, but now they're really drifting.
You know they got absolutely battered by Leverkusen on the weekend. Like just torn apart. Like the game was done in half an hour.
Yeah, it was a bit shit.
So yeah, Frankfurt are back in that top 4 race, and you know Mainz is looking the best of the rest. And then it's sort of Freiburg and Frankfurt are kind of equal at the moment. So, but mate, I've been very surprised with Mainz. They've really surprised me this year.
Great word. Very good. Surprise is a great word you use for later.
For later
on. Just keep that in your mind, people. Just keep that there for me. Let's have a look quickly. So 42 Frankfurt, 41 Mainz, 40 Freiburg, who've jumped now Leipzig in 6th on 38.
Jesus.
Wolfsburg in 7th on 37 points. They added to Werder's struggles. Werder's having an awful run of things. Poor, like they've one of the coldest kids, but they're having a tough old time. 2-1 loss for Werder, 2-1 win for Wolfsburg. It's like they've had like 3 of these 2-1 wins in the last few weeks. They keep doing what they're doing. Mitchell Weiser pulled one back right at the end, but it was a 2 or even 3-0 game, this one here. Wimmer with a double. The first hit, he had no idea about it, just hit him on the head, and it went in. His second goal was fantastic. Skip past 2 defenders, absolutely belted it into the top corner in the 48th minute, and that game was basically done from there because, like, Muller had like a few saves from Antonio Silva, but outside of that, I just don't think Werder had much of a chance. Wolfsburg do their thing. They now pressurise Leipzig. It's going to be a great little 3rd to 8th battle.
Yeah,
because we're giving up on 1 and 2. I think
1 and 2 are set. Yeah,
it's just the best of the rest type battle, which we're here for.
Top 4's, you know, it'll be a good race. So, and I can't really see a team like sort of extending their gap or anything. I think it's all going to be pretty close. So. It's going to be a good watch. It's going to be a good watch. Can Dortmund somehow? I think they've won two in a row.
2 in a row. They're winning away as well.
But they have versed nobody.
On the weekend,
with all due respect,
I don't know if this is history or not, but no home team won in the Bundesliga. There was an 6 away wins. How many? There's 18 teams. So it must be 6 away wins, 3 away draws.
Yeah, that's insane.
That was crazy. So that's a stat for you. I saw that come up the other day.
Damn.
That means don't win 1 away. So that's all.
It was meant to be like they had to win
at some point.
If they were going to win away, it would have been that week. You know, where every other team
wins
away.
Did it. So. Yeah, there's no storyline there for you, Dortmund. All right, let's get to the second big segment. We've been teasing this now for months.
Yeah, we have. We've been
reviewing our predictions, having a laugh at ourselves, or having a clap at the tap on the shoulder.
Yeah, a tap on the shoulder. Yeah.
What lead do you want to start off with?
I don't know.
Because I had La Liga, Bundesliga, and Serie A.
We can go La Liga first. If you want.
Yeah?
We can go La Liga first.
Let's go La Liga. So I had my top 4 being Real Madrid, which still can happen. Barca second, Atleti third, Sociedad fourth is not very good. Atleti Club fifth, but Betis in sixth.
That's a good one.
So I'm happy with that. I had Mallorca going down, with Vallecano and Valladolid. Well, Valladolid are gone.
Valladolid are gone. So that's a good one, yeah.
But Mallorca and Vallecano are like fucking Conference League battlers. So I've got a stinker there. But my surprise team was Villarreal. So I had him as a surprise team, but didn't put him in the top 6. So that makes sense. But
yeah, I thought you did. I thought you had them 6.
I did as well. That's a stinker for me. But Sociedad, I guess, they kept Zubimendi.
They kept Zubimendi, they kept Kubo, they kept everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Whereas Villarreal lost everyone, I thought they'd just be 8th, but I guess not. That was my stinker.
I don't want to read these out.
That was an awful one.
I don't want to read these out. So, Bundesliga. No, okay. La Liga. So, I had Real Madrid winning it, Barca second,
Same as me,
Atletico third,
same, yeah.
Bilbao fourth.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with. I had Sociedad fifth.
Okay.
I had Girona sixth.
Yeah, that probably went.
It looks
For
like
a minute they were there.
50-50.
Yeah.
All right, for a little bit, but
They just struggled.
they've just struggled a bit.
2 or 3 wins together, aren't they?
My relegated was Vallecano,
Okay.
Las Palmas, and Leganes. I think them 2 are just above.
Leganes could drop in, man. I think they'll go
I
as
think
well.
Las Palmas and Leganes are just above the drop, but Vallecano are obviously killing it this year. And my surprise team was Sevilla.
Can they be surprising because they're equally as shit as the last few years?
And what I meant was they're going to be surprisingly shit.
Surprisingly mid once again.
Holy fuck, they are.
They've gone nowhere, haven't they? They've just been.
But you know what? I'm going to say that's a W because I was going to go with Valencia as my surprise team.
Fuck. Well, you've done well there. You've
so you know what? W.
Great. Well, I think you win that one because I have.
I think that's my worst.
I have Vallecano and Mallorca in there, which is fucked. But Valladolid got the rock bottom team.
Yeah, you got the right bottom team.
Then we go to the Bundesliga next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one's not great either. Leverkusen 1, not going to happen. Dortmund 2.
Wow.
I was looking at Champions League final. Fulkrug obviously was that loss, but I thought Guirassy would be the guy.
Yeah.
Bayern 3rd, Leipzig 4th, Frankfurt 5th. Which could end up happening.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hoffenheim 6th.
Fuck me.
Fucking hell. I had Pauli and Holstein Kiel going down. I only had 2 going down because I think they would win the playoff game.
Shit. Yeah.
And I said Mainz to be the surprise team. So there we go.
That's
my credit at the back.
That's the best prediction of the lot.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Come back at table and compete for Europe is what my sentence was for them. So I'll take that.
That is very, very good for me. Very, very good.
Yeah, it covers up for the shit.
That's very good. My top 6 was Leverkusen in first.
Yep.
Bayern in second.
That looks better than mine.
So a decent start.
Yeah.
Leipzig in third. It looked good
for a minute.
A good half,
yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah,
but then obviously they've turned to absolute shit. Dortmund in fourth. I remember saying I was obviously the loss of experience. I remember saying that, but I didn't. I didn't expect it to be this bad. I had Stuttgart in fifth.
Yep.
Which at times was looking alright, but they've just Champions League and stuff.
Faded, yeah.
And then Hoffenheim in sixth.
We both had Hoffenheim.
So yeah.
So, I have Max Bayer written down, so he must not been sold yet.
This was and I guarantee if we knew, like, if he was sold before this, no chance.
So I've got Max Bayer, Kramaric killing it. Bryn Larson returning from Burnley, who I think in the end got sold as well.
Yeah.
So 2 of the players I had in here,
they got sold off. So I probably would have had I
think we can give ourselves a pass.
Frankfurt,
there.
I think I would have had 6. I would have had them 6 or
Yeah.
My relegate, I had Bochum and Holstein.
Mate.
So that's not too bad.
You smashed this.
Well, Heidenheim are down at the bottom at the moment, and then you got
but
Bochum and then
equally as shit.
Oh, Kiel and then Bochum. Yeah, that's true. And then my surprise team was Wolfsburg.
Well, they're coming good as well.
Yeah, that's not too bad. So
I think surprise team for me, I think I said it when we did it. It's like the 7th or 6th team.
Yeah.
Which is basically what they're going to finish.
Yours is like fucking that. That's like the bang on prediction that you want.
I'm happy with that.
So that's like you picking like Stuttgart last year. It's like bang on
the bandwagon.
So, I think that's Bundesliga pretty good.
I think that you've won these predictions so far. Become a Serie A.
Definitely not La Liga. Jesus.
Mate,
no chance.
I've got 2 fucking European teams in my relegation. Fucking Mallorca.
Okay, when you say that.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's bad. Syria.
We had the same top 6.
Do we?
I'm pretty, yeah.
Inter?
Yep.
Juve?
Yep.
AC?
Yep.
Napoli?
Yep.
Atalanta?
Yep.
Roma?
I know this because I got the La Liga and the Bundesliga one. You put it on the Instagram.
Yes.
Follow on Players Zone
There
podcast.
you go. Yeah. Look at that. That's a good plug.
And then I went back to watch Syria because you didn't post that one on the
Right.
So I went back
right.
and watched just the predictions.
And we went
bang,
bang.
You know, bang for bang. So
Oh, like, look. Okay, AC is dog shit. I'll give that one up.
yeah, fair enough.
But if we just put Napoli third, hypothetically,
Yeah,
it could end as we've got it here.
Juve's.
I keep saying Juve is the sneaker.
So
I'm saying it. They're going to be Stuttgart last
Atalanta
season.
were in abouts, and Roma are still.
Roma have won 4 straight.
So let's wait and see on that one. Let's wait and see.
In what is probably the most competitive league, we've probably done the best with
I
those
think we take
predictions.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think at the start of the season, I generally don't think you could argue against that list.
No.
Maybe Atalanta in the 4, but like Napoli with no Champions League, Conte, you're not going to drop them out.
No.
AC Milan
It's AC Milan.
were always third
Yeah.
and were third by a mile.
Yeah.
This drop off, I don't think really anyone expected. And Roma, I swear, I said finished 6 like 4 times in a row.
And they probably will still this year.
Yeah, they probably still
will.
will.
Fucking
So-
finish 6. I mean, who Bologna had fucking Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like our 6 there. My relegated crew, I'm not doing too bad. I had Verona in 18th.
Yep, same.
They're 14th, but they're not too far away from the bottom.
Yep.
Venezia 19th, who are bang 19th.
Bang on 19.
And Empoli in 20th, who are probably overperformed this year. They're in 18th.
I have the same bottom 3, except we've got Verona 18th,
Yeah.
Empoli 19th, and Venezia 20th.
So we had very similar. And then my surprise team.
This might be the banker. This might be worse than Sevilla.
My surprise team
Who was your surprise team?
was Monza. Because I knew they were going to be this bad. I knew they'll sack the manager and they'll bring him back.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I meant by surprise. I thought,
No, that's
why would they
fair
do
enough.
that? Why would they be on 2 wins?
It's your explanation. It's your surprise. It's your opinion.
I even wrote down here, surprise team Monza, no explanation. I've got explanation for everyone else. But I just put Monza. Fuck sake, man.
How it went south like really quickly. Like fucking really quickly.
They're so far gone. It's a joke.
They're on like what 14 points.
14 2 wins, man.
Jesus.
They're doing Almeria.
Yeah.
Almeria got 2 wins last year.
Jesus. Yeah, that's
There we go.
that's disappointing.
I've lost this. Well, who was your...
My surprise team was Fiorentina.
You've nailed it.
So
I think you've won
take
those predictions. I think you won the... You've been downplaying your predictions all year. I think you've nailed them this season.
no, it's just because I thought La Liga was worse, to be honest. But
I think we both had some stinkers in the league.
but yeah, I think Bundesliga and like Syria we've got the same.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. We did pretty well on that. Yeah, it's just the La Liga relegation battle. I think we kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
But the rest, I think we've actually done a pretty good job.
We're close enough.
We're close enough. Like I think the Hoffenheim one's like an outlier because
We can let that slide.
at the time they had Bayer, they had fucking Kramaric was on fire, they had Larson as well. So we definitely wouldn't have had them in. So that's 6.
Let's give ourselves. Let's give it that.
Yeah.
We'll come back at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do like a point system maybe for the Prem one. We'll do like
Yeah, we could do that.
1 point or 3 points for the exact spot, 1 point for in the vicinity sort of thing. And then finish up Championship. Again, it's been quite. By the way, Leeds are smashing it. They're just talking about they're killing
good
it.
on them,
I think they're definitely number 1. And like we said, Sheffield are definitely number 2.
Well, they're only 5 points ahead of Burnley, so it is Leeds. That's all I will say.
Leeds are falling apart again.
Nah, surely not this. Like,
But they're winning games in like the 90th minute. Like, they've got that momentum.
the one against Sunderland was mad.
And you've seen the clip of the guy that's like on the roof.
Yeah.
On the roof, smacking the roof. I'm like, fuck me. That's how you know they're going well. But the big news was the Hatters. Luton got a win 1-0 versus Portsmouth in what was a very ugly game.
Something out of nothing.
Yeah, literally.
Something out of nothing.
Clark popping one of the old heads of the club, making it a win. They're first in 12 matches. But all of a sudden a win changes things. They're 22nd, but 2 points away from safety.
Yeah, now it actually looks like, all right, we've got to fight in
Could do
chance here. So
And
it's
again,
crazy that all it takes is one
win.
result like that where you don't expect it. Jeez, I didn't expect it. I thought Plymouth, the fact that they drew that, the players are just
Portsmouth
not
in
the
good
right
form as well.
headspace. But yeah, Portsmouth in good form. But I mean, hope to God that they can stay up. I don't want to see them go down to League One.
Yeah, big dramatic as hell.
It wouldn't be good. So, well, still a lot to play for.
Yeah.
More so in the relegation.
I know, this year the promotion's not really... Middlesbrough are doing a Middlesbrough yet again. They dropped off a cliff and then they are coming back
what they always do.
Literally every season since Carrick's been there, it's start like top 4, drop off to like 13th, come back to like 6th.
And make the playoffs.
And then make or just miss the playoff. That's the storyline.
It just feels like with the playoffs this year, like whoever finishes third, they're just so much better.
Top 3 is ridiculous.
Yeah, and look at the players that Burnley lost. Odebear, fucking everyone left.
Trafford stayed. Shea left to Ipswich.
Left. They all left.
Esteve stayed.
Like their whole forward line left, didn't they? Like
anyone up
Odebear
top? No, I don't think anyone stayed. Yeah,
all of them left. Also, entire spine. Sanderberg went to Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham.
So, by the way, he looks fucking phenomenal.
I think he's finally getting into.
I watched the FA Cup,
yeah,
and he was head and shoulders above anyone on that pitch. So
him and Sassaluka just a combination.
Maybe when United were linked to him, maybe instead of laughing, maybe it was just, they should have gone and got him. So
I kept saying Ten Hag's laughing now. He looks like Sir Alex Ferguson. He lost
chilling.
one FA Cup game to a treble-winning side.
Yeah,
everybody lost one since he's left. 2 years, one loss.
Amram, please, man. I've put everything on the line for you.
Liverpool fans backing you in, man. Like he's on. Genuinely being honest, he's on suicide watch, man. That guy looks so depressed.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
He left sunny Portugal, 11 wins straight, beating Man City.
Dark, gloomy United.
To
Manchester.
Rats rainfalls.
Apple slinky and muffin for a meal.
And a little kids party mix set.
How does that happen?
It's
not a football club at the minute.
No.
It's fucking disaster.
I prefer not to speak, please. There we go. That's this week wrapped. A crazy one. Next week we'll have... No, not next week. We won't have done in time. In 2 weeks' time, we'll wrap the Champions League up.
Yeah.
We have to keep following Serie A because that's a fucking basket case in the good way. We'll follow the Bundesliga top 4 race. The relegation battle, we might have to follow that as well.
Yeah.
Championship relegation battle, a lot. And then next week, we're in the number 10s next week.
Now we're getting to
top 10s. Oh,
this is where people just actually start to give a fuck.
Yeah.
Who cares about DMs and all that? Like,
mate, it's a big names.
Big names. Yeah, it's going to get hard now. It's going to get really hard. It's already been a challenge.
Musiala reverse.
It's been a challenge in some of the positions because of the lack of.
Yeah.
But now
it's like you got too many.
You're going to have to leave 1 or 2 big names out probably.
Bellingham, fucking...
Yeah. Bruno Odegaard, you know, so
exactly.
How do you sort of differentiate between them and their seasons and their careers? So it's going to be good.
Tune in.
Good one, yeah.
Tune in, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm excited for next week. So
it's going to be a big one. Remember, 5 stars Spotify, 5 Apple Podcast. Thank you for the views, and Spotify's been blowing up recently. YouTube, tune us in, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Weekend we should be back for a live stream, so tune in for one of those early kickoff games. And until next time, guys, see you later.